it was 4 or 5 months of fascinating work, followed by taking over the management of a 7-Eleven. I was right on the media career. Did that for 6 months. Buddy of mine opened up a music store, so I went to work for him. Gigging at nights, working everything I can do, make as much money as I can. Finally ended up working for a local access cable TV station. Now that's TV. Now mind you, we'd never heard of this crap called local access TV before. It's like, what the hell, they'll let you run a camera? Those things cost money. So we all ran down to a whole bunch of 22-year-old geeks. We didn't have the pocket protectors, but we had hair. And so I got fired from that job, by the way. Best thing ever is to get fired from a job that you hate. It is the best. I mean, you sit there, you fired me? And it's like really hurts for about 2 minutes, and you're like, oh, thank God. Because who the hell wants to leave their first real job in the industry, right? I mean, my job was to lie to this town selectman, and, oh, no, we have all the equipment that they promised that we'd have. Oh, we've staffed that. Oh, we've got that covered. And I'm saying, it's a bang. I'm lying to these people that I don't like them, but I don't want to lie to them. Anyway, so I'm working at a buddy's lawnmower repair shop, delivering snowblowers and stuff, and working on lawnmowers, when Wes Blakely, who's the facilities manager for Channel 38, walks in because his snowblower didn't work. All right, fine. He has WSBK. Now, I had sent 1,000 applications to every TV station because there were no real production companies, like 3 production companies in Newbury Street at the time, Gilmore Associates in Dedham, and I think Kramer might have been in Braintree. And that was it. That was about it for production companies in Boston. And so I had sent, they could paper their walls with how wonderful I was, and at least how wonderful I thought I was. But I said to Wes, I've been trying to get in there for about 4 years now. He says, fine, just show up Monday, I'll have a job for you. Yeah, I was a courier. Couriers used to drive tapes of advertisements from station to station and to ad agency and the station. My job was to hop in my Ford Escort wagon and drive back and forth. $5 an hour, kids.
They even gave you a wagon?
They gave me a station wagon to drive on company time. And I had to do the alcohol and urine test and the whole deal to make sure that I wasn't a risk. So I did that, still repairing lawnmowers, still gigging at night. And then they promoted me to assistant director after I had been in a bunch of the radio spots and the TV spots with Dana Hersey, the guy with a voice like this. We'd do all this stuff. $7.50 an hour, a time and a half. But only if I worked the courier job first. Then I could go to Fenway Park or Boston Garden and be an assistant director. Now, I grew up in the South, so hockey, not a thing in New Orleans. This is clipping. I don't know what the hell it means in hockey to this day, but my first game on 225 penalty minutes in the second period in the Nordiques game, and Derek Sanderson, who was a former player doing color at the time, he's just looking at me. Well, what did they do? Stuff. Oh, no. When I'm there, produced baseball games for 38, produced a bunch of commercials, blah, 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 blah. I was president of the ITVA in Spokane several years ago. I started my own company in 1996 with a full partner. Never, ever, ever do that. Make somebody in charge. Because what happens when you have a full partner is one of them will, will F off, and the other one will do most of the work, or all of the work, or all of the work plus the work that should have been done. Now let's try to divide who that might have been. Was it the guy who would take off at 3 in the afternoon to go do a Boy Scout event with his son, or was it the guy right here? Oh wait, I think it was me. So he finally got he got a good deal. I got him a good deal working for an insurance company in their video department for about $85,000 a year plus full benefits and retirement plan. So that's great. I was making about 20 back in 2003 because we had lost all of our customers when the World Trade Center collapsed. Most of our people were Merrill Lynch and lost a lot of customers there. Every phone call for 3 months was a cancel. From October through January, $250,000 worth of business that was booked, gone. So it was a little scary. It's a little scary on me. Since then, we're doing a little bit better and having some fun. What the hell do you guys want to know? Because Jesus, did they talk a lot over here, For God's sakes, I did the 48-hour film festival. It didn't take that long. I'd listen to your music. It's not that long. And you? What?
She's a journalist.
Edit, girl, edit. One thing I do want to say before I hang up the phone. What am I going to say? Before I stop babbling. First of all, my personal credo actually comes from Professor Michael Woodnick. Did anybody have Michael Woodnick here? Michael Woodnick tried to teach me back when he was a professor. He left last year. Had his last lecture last year, but he tried to teach me last year that need to learn to love people. You need to appreciate the people. You have to dissociate the business from who the people are. So it only took me 30 years to really come to grips with what it means. So my personal philosophy is I really do love everybody. And as creepy as that sounds to a lot of you guys, I really do love all of you. Now, I won't like some of you. That's okay. And as much as I love you, I don't give a crap if you want to direct at age 22. I got lots of people that want to direct. I still want to direct. If we're to develop a working relationship, when you're starting out, you have to do exactly what my long-winded brethren and sisters said here. You have to do this a lot. You have to do this a lot. And you have to do this again. And, you know, enthusiasm, respect, and the appearance doesn't have to be real. The appearance of wanting to hustle to make it work. And you could think I'm the biggest jerk or fill in the blank. And you'd probably be right half the time. But you still have to pretend at least that there's some part of me that you can get along with, which is why when you accept that we're all people, there's some good everywhere, or at least some brotherhood or sisterhood everywhere. And it's much easier to put up with somebody who's a real dickhead. And if you work in this business, you will find 1 out of every 4 will fall into that category, maybe more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. What's those 2 out of 3? Can we open it up to questions for us 3.5 seconds? Yeah?
Absolutely. Okay, guys.
Bessie will answer everything.
Oh, yes. You all came here to learn something. There we go.
Did any of you think you had talent when you started out? Or did you just sort of like practice until you liked what you were producing? Like, did you go into...
I was going to be on camera talent, so producing came as a way to make money. And no, I had no talent whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, you know, what Jeff just said, you can't...
What, I had no talent whatsoever?
No! Wait, you can't believe that you're the all-star coming in and that you're their God-sent answer to all their prayers. Like,
even if you are.
Yeah, even if you are. You can't. I mean, it really... I mean... No, I don't think, still, I think that I have creativity. I think that I have resourcefulness. But I think as far as talent, I think talent grows every day. So you really can't think that you're all that or that you've got all the talent in the world, because if you do, you're in big trouble. Because people are not going to stand up. Yeah, they're not going to take
Nobody
you.
cares.
Yeah, exactly.
We have about 3,000 films made a year. And then some of the filmmakers, I mean, most of the filmmakers come back from year to year. And there's some filmmakers who every year you give them 48 hours and they can make something amazing. And I mean, like, I'm pretty clear that I'm sort of on the high end of mediocre in terms of talent, but I'm not them, you know, and I'm okay with that. Like, I think that, like, the key thing, like, if you put a lot of work in and you know which ones are the good ideas and which ones are the bad ideas and that sort of thing, that talent isn't necessarily necessary. You know, you can be the George Lucas, you know, be sort of a talentless hack, and then still, you know, make it in the industry. Or, you know, you could be Martin Scorsese and Woody Allen if you're lucky, you know, but, I mean, I'm George Lucas.